Hi guys,
Hi.
this is an extra episode since we had some trouble lately and there's been a lot of questions about it, so we want to show you this episode as soon as we could.
Yeah, and because of this happening, we actually don't know if we can continue our journey. Of course, we will do everything we can to make it possible, but yeah, we just hope we will manage. And of course, we're also going to show you the episodes between episode 29 and up till now later, but we focus on this right now. And it all started last weekend, the night of the 10th
of December, yeah.
Yeah, and 10 minutes after midnight. And Oscar was on his watch and I was sleeping, so it was a lot of waves, and I woke up because I heard a small sound. And I asked Oscar if he heard something through the window, and he didn't hear anything, but like 2 seconds later he shouted at me.
Yeah, and we lost the rudder in open ocean, so we had that's the big problem we had.
Yeah, and the boat started to go in circles.
Yeah, spinning around, yeah.
Yeah, so there was a huge problem in the middle of the night, strong winds and big seas.
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna show you about now. It's 1 o'clock in the middle of the night, and
We lost our rudder.
Yep.
It's a worst case scenario, so we try to make the emergency rudder so we don't have too far to the closest atoll. So yeah, we'll do the best.
yeah. The closest atoll is Millie, and it's only 15 nautical miles, so we hope we manage to go there with a temporary rudder, and so we will have shelter from the small islands. That's the plan right now. The plan is to use the Wasn't Sea generator. We tried a little bit before with the ropes and to steer with the ropes, and but now it seems like it worked a little bit, so
Yeah, I think it's gonna work, but we have to go really slow.
yes.
We have I think we have 15 nautical miles till we get some protection.
Yeah.
So that we have 70-80 miles to Majuro, which is kind of far.
Yeah.
Good weather to go so far with the rudder.
No, not in this weather condition that we had the past days as well.
And strong winds as well.
Yeah, strong winds, heavy sea, and a lot of lightning and rain, and so we're probably aiming for Millie and waiting for better weather. But one thing at a time. That night was terrible. It was huge waves, and it was raining, and it was strong winds, and just terrible. And in the middle of the night, Oscar also fell overboard, and even though he was just gone for a few seconds, it was the most terrifying moment I ever experienced, I think. So it was awful.
Yeah, I tried to mount the water sea generator on the back, and there was a big wave that came through and basically pushed me overboard. Luckily I had a safety harness and I could be back in the boat in a few minutes later. But sadly we lost the water sea generator. It sank to the bottom, and yeah, that's the story about that.
Yeah. And after that, we decided that we won't do anything like any work like that during nighttime. During nighttime, we are going to drift.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a good plan.
Attempt number 2 to make a new rudder.
Yeah. And I think, hope it's gonna be easier when it's light.
Yeah. We lost the rudder. We tried to do a rudder on the water sea generator yesterday, but as it turned out, it was we dropped it in the ocean, so it was just too rolly and we couldn't hold it. So
and that was one of the best equipments on board. And this is the spear boom. Clever.
Där kommer regnet också.
Klart.
Så, jag hade egentligen tänkt att göra en skruvning på dem. Det går inte alltid de blir borta. Eller det blir för tajt.
Okej. Nu börjar du svänga tillbaka rätt. The first rudder we made out of the whisker pole was very long, and we have not managed to tighten it enough. One big wave made it smash against the platform and the boom broke right off.
Not the best rudder I made.
Not the best weather. Funkar det?
Ja, någon jävla styrning har vi gjort.
Du är duktig
Men
älskling.
90 mil. Inte så jävla sugen på att försöka styra med det här under 90 mil. Det är motband.
Yeah, we had the currents against us. As you can see, it's raining, and it's from time to time the wind is picking up. So, but we hope there won't be higher waves. As you can see, we've been drifting tonight, and sadly the totally wrong direction.
At the moment it's kind of mess. We did manage to get a new rudder today, but we broke it, and then we replaced it with a new rudder again, shortened it a little bit. But then the fixture in the boat cracked, so we couldn't use it anymore. And I'm just looking to see if I can check the forecast, the weather forecast, and see if we can drift here for one more day. And I don't know. That's the plan. Here we are drifting.
Yeah, and seems like our rudders doesn't work. And we were trying to get a hold of the Coast Guard, but no answer, so we don't know what to do. Feels like you really don't know what to do.
It's gonna be alright.
Apparently, the Coast Guard got a Tamtam message, or what do you call it? Tamtam
Yep.
notification, because we just downloaded some emails, and there were a lot of people back home, and my family wrote into us and asked what's happening. So apparently they know back home that we're having some trouble and drifting.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just replied and we are safe, but it's still not fun at all.
It's not. And here's the rudder, and at the moment it's broken again, so we have to figure out something else. Japanese fishing vessel with MMSI 431A28000. Position 0537.45 north, 17154.69 east. This is sailing vessel Hilma. Please come in. This is Hilma. We currently adrift. We do not have any possible to steer our vessel, so please be careful around us. Over.
Okay, thank you.
Standing by 16.
The first night and day had passed. So far we've been trying to steer with some buckets, which didn't work at all. Hilma's weight is 14 tons, and as you can see, the weather wasn't to our advantage most of the time. We also had made 3 rudders that are broken. According to the weather forecast, the waves were about 2.5 to 3 meters, which seemed correct, and apparently neither the waves nor the wind were going to get any better until the next day. We weren't looking forward to that night, but we had to try to get some sleep anyway. It's going to be our second night drifting.
Yeah, we tried the rudder today. Didn't work that well since the wave is pretty high, so we have to wait until tomorrow if the weather gets better. But we have connection with JRCC at Honolulu, so they might be able to assist us.
Yeah, we actually tried to contact a lot of people on the VHF and the HF,
Yeah.
but we didn't get any reply. Just maybe some help from a Japanese boat, but we don't know.
We probably didn't get help from them, but there was another sailing vessel passed by,
Yeah.
and they promised to deliver the distress information at Majuro
Yeah,
when they arrive.
but it's kind of nice to have gotten the reply in an email.
Yeah, really.
We're using 2 drift anchors, but it seems like the waves almost always comes from side anyway.
Thirsty?
Yep. A little bit. No. I have this
Infection.
sore.
Ja.
It's been hurting for a few days, so maybe it's getting infected. So
Yeah, but there is a small infection there.
you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. So,
Gonna kill it.
kill it. Kill it. Det kom ingenting, du måste ta en glögg. Burglar du ordentligt eller? Ja, du gör det. Bra.
Ja, det var jättebra bättre än biscuit. Second day, and what's the mission today?
The weather's a bit better, so we're gonna do a new attempt to mount the rudder on the boat. So the last one broke, was too much force on it, so now we'll try to screw this in the back.
Yep.
And try to fix the rudder by that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, another one.
Is it heavy?
Yeah, kind of, but not too bad. I'm just worried it's not gonna last all the way. That's gonna be a later problem.
Yeah.
We're on our way anyway.
Again.
Again.
But I think this looks much better than yesterday.
It does. I'm really hope that this construction is gonna last.
Yeah.
And it's a lot better way today as well, so it's gonna be a lot more easier.
We came 3 nautical miles north, but so
Yeah, this one broke.
yeah,
So we have to make some other arrangement.
yeah. So we try another thing. Is this the 5th try?
I don't remember it really. But now it's working for half an hour maybe, so we hope for the best.
Yeah. Before those two, it was too much weight on them, so good job.
What's that?
Good job.
You're free too.
It's 3 p.m. and we have about 21 nautical miles to go, and we're going in for 4.5, almost 5 knots of speed. So our plan now is to go into the atoll.
Millie Atoll, yeah.
Yeah, even though it's going to be dark, but we've read a lot about the entrance and we have the chart, so we're gonna go for it because I think you have to get some sleep.
Yeah, and we can't really drift. We've been drifting for 3 nights now, and
2 nights.
2 nights, and every morning when we wake up we realize that we drifted like 10-12 miles, and that's kind of frustrating. So we really want to get our anchor stuck in the bottom tonight if we can.
And the first night we drifted south, almost 20 nautical miles, wasn't it?
I don't know.
No, 10 maybe, or 20 the first 24 hours. But the next day we drifted east, so we want, if we're getting too close, we can actually crash.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna aim for the anchoring tonight.
Yeah. And we also have really good condition now to use our emergency rudder. The waves is not big at all. We do not have any squalls. The wind is about 10 knots.
Yeah.
So we have really good condition to run the rudder today. We tried yesterday with big waves and we couldn't come any closer to our target. So that's the reason why we want to continue tonight as well.
Yeah. So and maybe if there's another sailor or anyone, we can call them up in the VHF and ask about the conditions in the past, but it's probably gonna work out.
There's another problem also. We do not have diesel on board, so we can't really. We want to get into the atoll as fast as possible, since we're gonna drift tomorrow tonight if we wanna stay on the ocean, and then we might not be able to go through tomorrow. So that's the reason why we want to go through tonight as well.
We're getting closer. The wind has picked up a little bit, about 16, 17. So we have some squalls around us. And it seems to be some over the atoll. The rainbow is beautiful though.
Yeah, we have less than 1 hour until we get
Shelter.
shelter from the islands at the east.
Yeah.
That's a little bit easier to steer.
Yeah.
Still we have the wind, the wind's picking up. Yesterday in the squalls the wind was about 30 knots.
Yeah, I think more than 30.
Yeah, that's a lot more power to steer it.
Yeah. But we hope it won't be like that today. We have 9.42 nautical miles to go, and the time is 5:30, and it's supposed to be sunset at 6:19, so in 1 hour.
Yeah.
And
I hope that we at least get some daylight in the start of the movements.
yeah,
So we have visibility.
we've been having like 6 knots of speed from time to time. I think we have the currents with us.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
we hope for the best.
Yeah.
We're getting closer to the northern side.
There's some surf waves here.
Yeah, and a squall. But let's hope for the best again. The waves are getting bigger again. And I'm a little bit nervous.
Ja, me too, to be honest.
Det är riktigt stora sväll här. Men det är stort sväll, det är inte vågor liksom. Och satfläsk vad det bryter där borta mot. Ser du det? Där ute.
Där är inte så här.
Men du. Passet här.
Ja. Jag vet inte hur det är i framtiden.
We decided to turn around because we lost some speed when we came through the corner.
If we don't manage to enter the atoll during the daytime, we should wait until tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the break waves is huge,
Yeah.
so we don't want to risk anything.
No.
So we're gonna drift during the night.
Ska jag slå?
Nej, här är bra.
Hur känns det?
Bra.
Once again the rudder broke because of the big waves, and we're drifting, but we're drifting from the island. We put in the drivankare in Swedish.
Okej. Vad vill vi göra? Vi vill komma ut en bit från här, va? Så vi sätter tillbaka rodret. Kör en halvtimme åt det hållet. Eller?
Ja.
Så vi är på säkra sidan. Så jag lägger ett på var sida här, så jag ordnar det. Så.
Ska du släppa lite så vi kan få ner det långsamt igen?
Ja.
Nu är vi på väg bort.
Det är högt upp, men ingen roderverkan. Måste tänka det. Vi har vinden bakom oss nu, så vi kommer med all sannolikhet att gå det hållet.
Ja, både ström och vind.
Ja.
Men man vill ju vara en bra bit ifrån dem.
Vad hette den där båten nu egentligen? Lomor 3. Lomor 3, Lomor 3, Lomor 3. This is Hilma Sailing.
We wanted to inform the Coast Guard about our position and our plan, and we thought they were closer to us now, but we couldn't get a hold of them. Fattar du? Tänk om det här hade hänt. Eller vid öppet där.
Vi hade drivit ut dem.
Men alltså jag menar mer att det är så nära det här levet.
Ja, visst.
Vi hade drivit ut, ja, men sen hade vi drivit in.
Ja, visst. Men vi var inga snabba med att åka lite mysen där och så.
Jag tror tills imorgon. Kan lägga fram en extra sån här.
Vi har inget längre.
Vi kan lägga fram en extra sån här.
Ja, det är fint. Jo, en sån till.
Tur att vi
Ja, det var klokt va? Klokt. Och lite förslag.
Ja, jag kände faktiskt för första gången att nej, nu ska jag insistera för det här.
Ja, men det kändes, jag kände inte heller det var bra med de stora vågorna. Det känns lite otäckt faktiskt. Lomor 3, Lomor 3, Lomor 3. This is Hilma calling on 65 kilohertz. Over. Checking the forecast, we are drifting tonight, so we probably gonna be possible to hit to Majuro tomorrow instead, because the wave breaks to Mille is way too big for us to enter with this bad rudder. So I'm just checking the forecast, and this is how it looks tomorrow morning. It's 10 knots, it's not too bad. Picking up a little bit, not so good. 18 knots, 19.
And the waves. Oh, now they're coming back. Time is 9 in the evening, and we are trying to get in contact with people.
Yeah.
We're sending and receiving email. We've been trying for several hours, but it don't work.
Yeah, we've been the reception has been really bad, but that's probably since there is a lot of squalls nearby.
Yeah.
But it's important to send the information back and forth with the GRCC at Honolulu. So we send our position to them every 6 hours and keep in touch if we need assistance with towing or anything. So
Yeah.
it's important.
And we're also trying to keep in contact with them back home, so they know everything is okay.
Yeah.
As it turned out, the boat that are going to assist us were at our location that we were last night, I think.
Yeah.
How far away are they?
Last known position is around here. It's almost 45 nautical miles south of us.
They got our position report now, well, in a few minutes, and we will try to call them again.
Yeah.
It's nice to know that they are somewhere nearby.
Yeah. Lomor. This is Sailing vessel Hilma calling on 81.
This was going to be our third night, and it was kind of frustrating to not be able to talk to the boat that was going to assist us.
I'm not sure if you copy. I do not copy you. I can barely hear something.
We knew they were out there and on the way, but we could not help being wondering where they were and when they were going to reach us. We tried to sleep for a few hours, and when the sun arose, we finally got contact.
Sailing vessel Hilma, this is my Lamar. You copy, over?
Yes, good morning, sir. I copy you very fine on the HF radio.
Oh, this is nice, man. Good to hear you. How are you doing, over?
Thank you very much. We're doing fine. We can't proceed into Milia at all, and therefore we think it's better for us to proceed to Majuro. So that's the plan, to proceed to Majuro instead. Over.
Good copy, good copy. So I'm gonna proceed to north of Millie. If you're inside Millie, we can, when you're ready, we can meet up and we can escort you to Majuro, over. So I'm about 20 minutes to your position now, over.
Okay, 20 minutes. Thank you very, very much for your help, and we'll let you know when we have visual. Over.
Good copy, thank you. Stand by 16.
Standing by.
Yay!
Yay!
Det känns skönt.
Ja.
We can now see the Lomor 3 rescue boat. So they're gonna escort us all the way, and it feels good, I think.
Yeah. And we did some reinforcement on the rudder as well today, so it might go even easier to control the boat through on the passage up north today.
Yeah. And now we're gonna take the, how do you say it?
I'm not sure what the name is, but in Swedish, drivankare. It might be drifting anchor or something. I don't know.
Yeah. We had one bigger from the beginning, and then we had two for a while when the waves were big. But the big one that's supposed to be good, it broke.
Yeah, it was pure crap.
It was terrible.
Yeah. This one is old one is fairly good quality and works fine.
Yeah. It does. I just have to wait until. Oh. Okay.
Perf.
Perfect. Now we're ready to go. Day 3. There are some huge waves today, but they are long and they're like small. So I don't know if you can see how big they are, but they are kind of huge. But Lomor 3 is right over there, and that's one thing that feels very different from yesterday. Very nice. Can you feel them when you steer? Or are they too big?
Sometimes, but as long as the rudder is in the water, I can still control the boat, so it's right.
Yeah.
Is it heavy?
Heavier than yesterday.
Yeah.
But I think you're doing a good job.
I think you are doing a good job as well. Only 12 hours to go, maybe, if we able to enter the Majuro atoll tonight.
It's like you said, I hardly don't need to steer to starboard because the waves are just pushing us. And it looks really easy when you do it. Here are some energy drink.
Thank you very much.
And how's the morale today on board?
How's the
Morale.
It's good.
I think so too. You just sat here and sang a lot.
Yeah.
And do you think you're gonna... We have like 5.5 knots now, and after one cup of coffee and this energy drink,
Yeah.
what speed do you think we're gonna have? Like 12?
7. More or less.
I'm gonna have 1, 2 so I can entertain you. Since you're the kind of person who wants to do things by your own, and I'm only allowed to steer when you're peeing, so I can just drink my coffee and power energy drinks and relax.
So far, the weather conditions were good and the rudder worked all fine. The problem we had with the construction was, above all, the strong pressure on the attachments and the straps. We had to change or redo it a lot of times. The rudder itself worked pretty well as long as the sea wasn't too rough.
And here we go again.
Yeah, 12 hours to go.
I just checked the chart, and in about 4 hours maybe we will get some shelter from the atoll next to Majuro.
Yeah. The problem now is that these bands wears out because there is some friction between the pole and in here, so they keep snapping, and we don't have any more of those. So, and it's hard to use a rope since it's hard to tighten it.
It's looking pretty dark, but the wind is cool. Maybe that's good.
No, it's gonna be rain, I think.
Think so? Nej. Are you cold?
It's not hot really, but I'm alright. It's stopped rain now almost.
Woohoo! That, which means
We see shore.
yeah, we see an atoll over there. It's not Majuro, but it's
I don't remember the name.
no, but it's the one next to Majuro, and it feels nice to be able to see it.
You're doing a good job.
You have to be really focused. Oh nej, det börjar regna igen.
The rain coming in. Once again, a squall was approaching and the waves were getting higher. The wind is picking up and about 25 knots. We can no longer control our steering and we are drifting at the moment. The Coast Guard ship Lomor is trying to tow us, so we're waiting for their move at the moment. The risk is that we drift towards shallower area to the reef, so we still have 6 nautical miles until we hit ground, so we hope that we're gonna manage to get the line before that. We have pretty good drifting speed though, so it's the problem. The wind is picking up to 25-30 knots. We did attempt to connect the line to the Coast Guard ship.
Oscar turned off the camera, but what he was supposed to say was that the first attempt to tow us failed. The Coast Guard could not launch its inflatable boat because of the weather conditions at the time. They asked us to wait for a while until the squall had passed and then they would try again. We were still quite far away from shore, but we wanted to get the lines and started towing before it got dark.
We're ready. Ja.
Det känns dock som att sjön har lagt sig lite. Eller inte. It seemed like they had to fix or prepare more things because we waited for a while. We had decided that Oscar was going to catch the line and attach it to the cleats in the front. I would stay in the background filming and come to help if needed.
Jag tycker det liksom känns lugnare till och från nu. Ja. Du, vi hade i alla fall inte tur med vädret. Perfekt. Hjälpa? Hjälpa? Jag tror jag går bak om du vill ett ryck här. Du! Gör ingenting nu, akta dig! Men ska vi lägga ut ett drivvatten eller? Ska man lägga ut något bakåt?
Ja, vi kanske ska göra det. Så vi, ja. Så, lina, vad var det?
Den hoppar nog i ankart eller något.
Det är såna jävla kräftor också, vet du.
Ja.
We put out something in the back that breaks the speed a little bit behind us. But what I think is important that you tow us away from shore as much as possible. So not the fastest way into Majuro. The better thing I think is the safer distance from shore. The first thing that happened was that they pushed the trunk too hard, so the line was smashing the front of the boat. My feet were stuck in there, but now they slow down a little bit and we put some buckets in the water with some ice, so it's a little bit more steady, but it's not really steady anyway.
One thing that I think is good is that we managed to do it before it turned dark.
Ja.
That would be even more scary.
Babordshink är borta. Därför blir det väder igen.
Ska vi ta en större...
Har vi mer att kasta ut? Ja, men det verkar inte som att inköpet var det bästa.
The buckets broke, so we put in a sea anchor and jerry cans. Nothing seemed to make any difference, so when the ocean got calmer and the waves smaller, we paused the towing for a while to put in our rudder again.
We've been flying like, I don't know, like it's been really scary when we were towed with no steering at all. And I think we rotated like 180 degrees.
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
We couldn't use the rudder since the waves was too high, but now the waves is better. But now the waves is a lot better, so we can use the rudder again. And I just like to steer, I follow his black lights.
Yeah.
So, and with a really big portion of luck, we're gonna be able to go through the atoll tonight. The guys on the towing boat haven't told us what they think, but as far as I'm concerned, I think it's possible.
Yeah.
And it also depends on the...
And we managed to get a new weather forecast, and the wind was supposed to pick up tomorrow and the day after that, and also the waves, and so it would be so good to be able to come into the lagoon.
Yeah.
Before,
Shelter.
Yeah, shelter.
Yeah.
And yeah, tough day.
That made a huge difference, but it was so heavy for Oscar, who had to continue steering for a long time. We're getting closer to the entrance to the atoll. Maybe we'll be through in maybe 2 hours or so. Oscar has been steering for the whole day almost, and now when we'll be toned, he's been steering as well, and it's been so heavy, so I feel really bad for him.
Det ser så synd ut om det när jag tittar genom skärmen.
Ja, men det är inte så synd. Vi har 2 timmar kvar till Vinne. Då är det promenad den sista 15 milen. Möjligt att ha sån jävla otur.
Jag vet inte.
Hur är det möjligt?
Ja. Yep. Just outside the passage, we stopped for a final check of everything, and when they started to move, it was a too sudden move for us.
I think what happened really was that we stopped, and the rudder started to smash against the hull,
Yeah.
on and on and on for a long time, and when they pushed full throttle, the rudder couldn't stand it, so it was just knocked off. So what we have to do now is reconstruct another rudder. I think this is the 6th or 7th rudder we construct. To make sure that we can enter calm water in this atoll tonight.
Yep. So we have much to do in 1 hour.
Yeah, and we promised them to be ready in 60 minutes, so I hope we can do so.
Yep. We used the end part of the whiskey pole, and that last rudder turned out to be a little too short, even though we really wanted to come into the lagoon, so we used the rudder anyway as a stabilizer and asked Loomer to go as slowly as possible through the pass that was almost 2.5 nautical miles. 45 minutes later we were in the lagoon and thought we were finally safe.
So we drift them again.
In the atoll, so that we get the line snapped. this wasn't enough with everything. We also got this
Shit bag of squid.
Yep. It's a new day. Älskling. We are safe.
We know this episode was kind of long, but for us who were there for those 4 days, it felt like an eternity. So we hope you found this informative, and we also hope you managed to see our ups and downs during those horrible days.
Yeah, and we got a lot of questions what really happened to the rudder, if we hit something in the water or whatever happened. And to be honest, we don't really know what happened, but as you can see here, the rudder actually snapped off line with a hull. So it might be an old crack, it might be badly constructed. We don't really know anything about it. So yeah, that's what happened. At the moment we're in Marshall Islands, and we try to order in a new rudder from Europe or from the States. We don't really know if that's possible at the moment. If that's not possible, we're probably going to try to make one here, and depending on all the costs for this, is at the moment really unsure if we can proceed our sail around the world as planned, or yeah, whatever happens. So we try to figure that all out.
Yes, and we would really like to say a big thank you to all you guys who already helped us and made contributions via PayPal, Patrons and Swish. And if you consider becoming a patron, we would really appreciate the help now more than ever. So just follow the links below, and we see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna see what's happened, if we can manage to proceed from here or whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye. We want to say a big thank you to GRCC in Honolulu, GRCC in Göteborg, and special thank you to the Coast Guard here in Marshall, which did an amazing job, and we will be forever grateful.